agricultural revolution has begun, championed by 37 contestants, each burning with desire to make Nigeria greater. Up until the 1960s, Nigeria was the world's largest producer of oil palm, but today it imports oil palm produce. Now the contestants on Nigeria's first leadership reality TV show are out to restore Nigeria's image to its place of prominence in oil palm production. At Okitipupa Oil Palm Settlement in Ondo State, the contestants were taken through highly interactive teachings on the oil palm production process. Then, the contestants put to practice that which they were taught. Back at the base camp, each platoon was challenged to proffer market development ideas for 5 of the many derivatives of oil palm. The objective? To demonstrate the viability of Nigeria's oil palm industry.
Judges for today, Mr. Sam Kago is a legal practitioner who is based in Abuja. Please a round of applause for him. And sitting next to him is Chief Sam Nkire, the former Commissioner for Agriculture, Abia State. It is time to strut your stuff.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Frekebong Joseph Jacobs, a member of Company A. I'm standing here before you this evening not just on that basis, but as the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Achievers Nigeria Incorporated. Why are we called the Achievers? It's not just a name. That's what we stand for. A for articulate, C for creativity. We are not people who are not creative. We are okay. H for heroes, I for intelligence. We have very witty people amongst us. Excellent. We stand out in whatever we do. V, we are visionary. We see things ahead of time, ahead of other people, ahead of you and me there. E for exceptional, R for role models. S for self-reliance. Please, the next page. Vision. To be the vanguard of a new generation of Nigerian business whose role in world affairs defines entrepreneurial leadership. Mission. To provide agro-allied products at competitive prices with a view to being a major employer and supplier of local content to domestic and international markets. That means we are not just a Nigerian company. If you're there outside Nigeria, outside the shores of Nigeria, you can still work with us. Achievers Nigeria Incorporated is an agro-allied company concerned with using agriculture to provide alternative solutions for road construction and energy generation. So that should tell you about, please, the previous page. That should tell you about road construction and energy generation. You need energy for a lot of things. For your electrical appliances there at home, you need good roads. Even though you're doing something about agriculture, without good roads, that's a mess. The next page, please. Ownership. The company would be a limited liability company. This is necessary in order to ensure separation of ownership from control to achieve significant growth of capital and continuity. This proposal seeks to highlight the following products: agro-concrete, PKS biofuel. I know you don't know what PKS means. That means palm kernel shell. Our products are designed to provide a substitute to the use of asphalt in road construction and coal in energy production at relatively competitive prices. Please, next page. Rationale. That means our reason. We didn't just wake up one day and say, oh, we should start going to palm kernel shells and all of that. We saw that it was necessary. It was demanding of our society that something of this nature should be brought into the limelight. So our rationale states clearly that clamor by federal government for local materials used in construction, emerging market for biomass fuel.
Good evening. I'm Oberega Ogenekome, the head of the marketing department, Achievers Nigeria Incorporated. I'm going to be talking about the uniqueness of palm kernel shells in the production of agro-concrete, which will be used in constructing roads. And why it is unique is because it's erosion resistant, like my colleagues have earlier mentioned. Also, it's very eco-friendly when you are producing biomass fuel because of the greenhouse effect. It reduces greenhouse effect on the environment because it doesn't emit carbon monoxide in processing. We have certain target customers, and basically they are construction companies and energy firms from European-based power stations. Those are the particular and specific people we will be marketing to, because they actually use biofuel to generate electricity in their countries. And so, in processing it, it's nature-friendly, and since it doesn't emit carbon monoxide, it's that's why we call it agro-concrete, because it's nature-friendly and it doesn't emit carbon monoxide. Our target customers are going to be reached through advertising, various forms of advertising on the internet, on the television, and on newspapers too. We actually choose to advertise also on personal basis. We're going to be doing personal selling to our clients, because we cannot just reach all of them through the television and through the media. We have to go one-on-one and do some promotional presentation to them to explain what we are really into. Basically, our distribution channel is between the producers and the industrial consumers, so we don't really need middlemen to do that for us. So we are going one-on-one, and also we are going to have a website with which we'll be having interactive sections where we can interact, as in have a means of getting feedback from our customers to be able to understand how the products are being efficient enough in road construction in different places. We also are going to be doing sales promotions, and our incentives are basically free service delivery, and we are going to have 10% discount on every sales we make, on every purchase that any company that is partnering with us would, any company partnering with us is going to purchase from us. We're giving them 10% discount and free service delivery. We also intend to tell them why we are doing what we're doing. Nigeria is, over time, we have been always importing goods from other countries, importing whatever we need for our factories from other countries and industries. But for now, we want to begin to locally produce biofuel and see how we ourselves could generate electricity from that. In the nearest future, we expect that Nigerian government would be partners with us also, because we think they are going to delve into using biomass fuel for the production of electricity. That is going to make us a self-reliant nation, which is the last acronym in Achievers Nigeria Incorporated. S stands for self-reliance, and we are going to be self-reliant. So with palm kernel shells, we foresee so much possibilities. Thank you.
Good evening, sirs. I am Anachi Chikezie, and I'm a member of the Research and Development Team of Achievers Nigeria Incorporated.
During the formation of this company, Achievers Nigeria Incorporated, what was your contribution?
Okay, sir, thank you for that question. Basically, my contribution as a member of the Research and Development Team was in the area of production processes. I had to research into the products we wanted to provide and why they were going to be very viable products. We had to go to the internet, and we also had to look at the availability of these products. Like for agro-concrete and palm kernel shells, they are relatively waste materials in Nigeria, but we realized that Nigeria produces them in huge quantities. We produce over 1.5 million tons of PKS, palm kernel shells, yearly. And we just wondered, what else could one do with palm kernel shell, if not biofuel and if not agro-concrete? Very viable and lucrative businesses which you could provide with these products. And that was basically my contribution in the area of research and development. Also, as regards company formation, the decision of Jacobs to be our choosing Jacob to be our managing director was something that came from me also, because I worked with him in research and development, and I found out that he was actually a very sound person in mind and in body, and so he could contribute a lot to moving our company forward while I stayed in research and development. Thank you.
Good evening, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nwokoye Ifunanya. I am a member of the B Company, and the name of our company is BHA Agro Allied Company Limited. I am the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the company. Our vision in BHA Agro Allied Company Limited is to transform Nigeria's agricultural sector into a viable source of revenue and employment for Nigerians. Our mission is to be a leading self-sustaining agro-allied company operating under sound management and environmental friendly practices. You will agree with me that with the global warming being an issue globally in the world, every company is trying, every individual, every sector is trying to adopt environmental friendly practices. As a company doesn't just exist in a vacuum. We have men and women who are seasoned that are part of the managing team.
Thank you very much, my managing director. My name is Ati Kenneth Kenken. I am head of product research and development, BHA Agro Allied Company Limited. BHA Agro Allied Company Limited discovered that there has been a vacuum, especially in the cosmetic industry, in the household products, and we saw a lot of waste in so many things that we use in this country, especially the palm tree. But before I go there, we discovered that the soap industry was lacking. People were having skin blemishes, eczema, faded skin. There's a content in our skin called melanin that was being depleted by the chemical content of soaps made by many industries in this country. And we decided to go into agro-allied products and we use them for making of soap. 60% of the total chemical content of our soaps are being absorbed by our skin, and that brings about increase in allergies,